Welcome to the Voice of Experience series, where riders share their thoughts and memories from their Renedian motorcycle adventure.
Sylvain Arseneault enjoys re-envisioning his recent trip to South America. A beret-topped gaucho sits on a horse, followed by a dog. In the distance, 1,000 sheep graze on the pampas. He's Argentina's national symbol and the image that represents the country to Sylvain. He'd been to Chile and Argentina, but only for 8 days in northern Patagonia. Because he'd done it on his own and in a rush, he felt he'd missed out on many things. When an opportunity to ride a reverse itinerary of Journey to Ushuaia came up in January 2020, he jumped at the chance.
Because I'd done a trip with Renedian before, I knew that I'd get to see way more than I could on my own and get unique information about the country. You get to see the nuggets and ride the best roads without worrying about getting lost or where you're going to eat or sleep. That stress reduction aspect is really big for me. When picking destinations, I look for environments that overwhelm me in a good way, where the nature blows my mind, my vision fills with colors and sights, and all my senses are stimulated. Even when I'm on my own, I don't travel with a plan. I prefer to let things unfold as they will. With Renedian, I could always find something wonderful in what we were doing. There was never a hint of disappointment on this trip. As a Boy Scout and soldier, I learned to orient myself with the sun. But being so far down in the southern hemisphere, with the sun in the wrong place, I could never figure out which way I was going. So I put a small compass attached to my tank bag, and it helped me make sense of our direction of travel. The scale of the landscape was amazing. You could stop the motorcycle, look ahead to snow in the distance. Then you turn around and see a huge desert behind you. Makes you feel small, like you're an explorer, even though it's a well-worn path. When I'd see a road going to the mountains, I'd be thinking about the first people that came here and had to build that road. What made them go that way? The air is so pure, and the water the cleanest I've ever seen, like you could drink the water you're swimming in. We had really hard, intense moments when we had to be 100% focused. Like, for example, riding through 100 kilometers per hour wind on a rough gravel. That's when I felt truly alive. It's not about fighting for control, but it demands your presence and concentration.
Sylvain Arseneault enjoys his work in Toronto's film industry, but even exciting contracts take a backseat to traveling.
I was working on The Shape of Water, which went on to win an Oscar when I took time off to go to Africa. Life is short and unemployment doesn't really scare me. This winter, I could have stayed in Toronto working on TV series or movies, but there's more to life than work. These experiences of traveling are what I will remember forever. I would love to go to Mongolia, but it's a little bit harder to find replacement in the summer. I do this for myself, not for anyone else, and the pleasure I get when I'm on a motorcycle, riding through breathtaking landscape is an emotion I'm not getting at work. It's lasting.